Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I was gonna go into my other band with the ISO, but that's for the videos. It's not necessarily for the lives. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody having a beautiful day. All right, hold on. Let me say something real quick before we get into what we're talking about. Look, every single time y'all hear Miss Sarah Molina go on her IG live and talks about a dude in a negative manner, that does not mean she's talking about me. I do not think she's talking about me. I actually think she's talking about that Benny dude. So please. Stop. I understand y'all. I love y'all. I know y'all looking out for my best interest, but she is not always talking about me. How's everybody doing this morning? Oh man, I hope I'm connected to the white right internet. God damn it. Okay, so we're gonna get cut off in like an hour. I'm not connected to the right internet. So for everybody that don't know, we usually get cut off for like the hour mark, and we gotta come back for the second part. All right, so. What's up, Darren Watson, Gabrielle, Santa, Slob Barber. How's everybody doing this morning? What up, Joe Patton, Prince to Amir, Jody Mack, DeQuince McRae, Mr. Y'all do this on purpose. Y'all do these fucking names on purpose, man. You can't tell me that you're not. What up, Jim Brown? G's up, Archie. Yo, check this out. I'm going to tell you the one thing that kills me, right? I'm going to tell you what kills me. I get these people that constantly say, yo, what up? Wait for the paperwork this. Wait for the paperwork that, right? That's what they say, rightfully so. But then when paperwork drop, they ignore it. What's up with that? What's up with all of them people? I don't want nobody telling me about paperwork no more. Nobody telling me about paperwork unless you're if you're a content creator. If you're just somebody that comes and observes our content, then yeah, talk about paperwork all you want. Shout out to you niggas. But content creators, I don't want none of y'all talking about paperwork no more. Not a one of y'all. And I'm gonna explain in this video. What up, Mike Smith, Kashana Brown, how you doing this morning, baby girl? I ain't seen what you been working on last week. You know what I'm saying? Man, getting to that money. Shout out to you. Feel me? What up, Fab Still Smoking? Vix, how you doing today, baby girl? What up, Common Sense? Who else we got up in here? Jerry Michael, 2 first names. Who else we got up in here? Eric Mack, Brandon. What up, Bree Powell? I'm not even going to try that one. Shout out to Clay Ave, though. Yeah. Shout out to Clay. I'm not going to try that name, yo. I'm letting you know right now. I'm not even going to try it. 00. That's what I'm going to call you. How about that? Who else we got up in here real quick? What up, Deontay? You're almost all the way back. You are not all the way back yet, my brother, but you almost there. What up, Darren Moore? I'm always happy to see you, though. What up, Darren Moore? Who else we got up in here? Kashana Brown said, yes, this info, commentary. Frost about to bless us with this morning. This morning, gonna definitely ops to shame. I think she meant to put somewhere in there. Shout out to you for leaving that word out. At common, due to the fact Frost knows his shit, you dig? That's a fact, yeah? Who else we got over here? What up, Linux? F. Miguel, how you doing this morning? What up, County King? Why do I get that wrong? County King. What up, County King? Country King? County King. What up? I gotta go all the way back up because this shit threw me all the way to the bottom. Did somebody get themselves kicked already? Yeah, kick him all the way out. We don't do that. That Dennis guy, kick him all the way out. Hit that nigga dead in the face with his bags. Did you hit him with his bags yet? Nah, I hit him dead in the face with his bags. Peace out. I hit him. We don't do that. We're not about that. You're not gonna come in here and disrespect women, all right? I don't care if I don't like them. You're not gonna come in here and disrespect women. Although I don't got no problem with homegirl. You ain't gonna come in here and disrespect women. That we ain't doing that. What up, Smith Johnson? What dogs in cars? Who else we got up here? What up, Queen of Tennessee? Always happy to see you, baby girl. What up, EOS? Yabish. What up, Yabish? What up, my God? Yo, what up, Mr. Dap? Ain't seen you in a minute, yeah? You on your way to the championship, the Raptors championship game? Yo, take some pics, send them to me. Could you do that? Can you take some pics and send them to me? What up, Jimmy Chopsticks? Stoner Kid, Honey Mail, Ryan B, Smiles Black. What up, Smiles? You finally came over here because you just be on IG most of the time. What up, Jason Allen, O'Malley? What up, O'Malley? What up, Mumra, M Boogie? God dang it. Everybody in here this morning, yo. Yo, why these dudes be like, yo, wait for the paperwork, and then when the paperwork come out, they ignore the paperwork? Why these dudes do that? Why they act like they want to see the paperwork, but they really don't want to see the paperwork? Why they do that? Please, somebody explain that to me. Could anybody explain that to me? Why they act like they want to see the paperwork, but they really don't want to see the paperwork? What up, Darren Marshall? Dre Manifest. All right, there's too many of y'all. I'm just going all the way down. What up, Sherry? Sarah Sherry. All right, you up in here this morning too? What up, Stacy? What up, Omen? Omen Brown, how you doing? We gotta go to the what up, Haitian? What up, Stacy? I said Stacy. All right, what up, Diz? Copy. What up, Dudes? Stephanie Dudes. All right, so let's get into it. Before we get all the way into it, I want to show y'all something. Little Duval posted this. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, Fly Guy. If you're going to tell me what to talk about, I can hit you dead in the face with your bags. That's a fact. Try me. Information without understanding is a disaster. Bang! That shit is the facts. And this is what a lot of these dudes is doing. They're making videos on the internet and they're giving information, but they're not giving any understanding to the information, and they're not putting the information in context. So if I make a video and I'm talking about there was a car accident, but I'm not putting it into context how the car accident happened, where it was at, and I'm just saying there was a car accident, 6 people died, you're gonna be like, oh man, that's such a tragedy. But then if I tell you it was a car accident and there was the cops was chasing some people that just was kidnapping and raping people, and they was in individual cars, and then those cars with the kidnapping rapists end up crashing into each other, and then they died, you're gonna be like, whoo, thank God. Context without information, without context. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just, that's what these guys are doing when they're making these channels. For 1 second, think about this. Think about how often you hear people you see people say that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Now, if you really pay attention, they just randomly say, I don't know what I'm talking about. They don't have no reason to think I don't know what I'm talking about. They don't have no proof to say that they don't know what I'm talking about. They're just randomly saying, he don't know what he's talking about. You understand what I'm saying? With no context. You understand what I'm saying? It's so keep this in mind. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Keep this in mind, that this is what these dudes is doing. Ruining their own channels. I don't know. Shout out to them niggas. Anyway, I did do IG this morning, but I deleted the IG. And I'm gonna tell you why I deleted the IG. I did do a separate one though. All right, so the first thing I want to do is we're gonna go straight to some paperwork right now. Not even playing no games with these dudes. Let's go straight to some paperwork real quick, right? Yo, on some real serious shit. Do I look like this dude? I keep hearing I look like this dude. No, I'm not saying fight like that dude. I'm saying look like that dude, just so we can be clear. Keep hearing I look like that dude. Michael Jai White. I keep hearing that shit. Anyway, I gotta be careful with work because I got some new information that depending on if I could get my hands on something else, I'm gonna break some more news very soon. But I gotta make sure I can get my hands on something. If I can't get my hands on it, I can't. All right, so no, no, no. I don't think I look like him. Just so we can be clear. So I'm gonna show y'all what I'm looking at first. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm looking at first. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all one more thing real quick. This is Kuda B's paperwork, y'all, right? This court date was on February 12th. I'm not sure when Kuda B's paperwork has been out, but Kuda B's paperwork has been out at least a month and a half, 2 months now, right? So people that do what I do, yo, could we get those likes up? By the way, we got over 200 people in here. We could get to 120 likes. Could we hit that like button, please? So just average, regular people that don't follow the case or nothing like that. I'm not blaming you for not having the paperwork. Let's just be clear on this. I'm not blaming any person that you got a regular job. You come here to look at stuff. My hand was too shaky. You couldn't read it. I don't want fly guy in here. Peace. I just don't really care for your bullshit. There you go. Peace. So just so we could be clear on this. The paperwork been out for how long? This happened on. Yeah, I hate when we talking real serious shit in here and you got somebody that they want to be a clown. You could bounce. So the paperwork was on when? February 12th, right? That's when the that's not I don't know when the paperwork came out. We don't say fuck people. Come on, stop that. I don't know when the paperwork came out, but the actual court date was on February 12th. The paperwork's been out like a month. The paperwork's been out like a month and a half already. Copy? Why has none of the YouTube content creators that want to call Tekashi a snitch and so-called following this case, why haven't they dropped this paperwork yet? Why haven't any of them decided that they're gonna come out and say, well, look what the paperwork is saying? Why have they ignored this paperwork? Somebody tell me. Why have they ignored this paperwork? And I'm not even talking about Jim Jones, because Jim Jones is he doesn't do this for a living. It's not his job to report on this stuff. I'm talking about the people whose job it is to report on this stuff. Why are they not doing their job? Why are they not doing their job? So let me read to you what this says. It says there was a Title III on Jamel Jones' phone for approximately 20 days. For anybody that doesn't know what a Title III is, that's basically a phone tap. So they tapped his phone. They tapped Mail Matrix's phone for 20 days, from November 1st to November 2nd. Then it says that has been produced in discovery. So the information that they actually got, they're using. So they say all of the audio and line sheets for that is in the discovery. Then it also says there was also a consensual Title III for another cooperator in this case. So there's somebody in this case that was cooperating with the government and allowed for them to tap their phone. Why are people only talking about Tekashi? With that also being said, hold on, I'll talk about that in 1 minute. Let me just one thing at a time. So you're trying to tell me all these YouTube channels that they only talk about Tekashi, they're gonna keep talking about how Tekashi is only Tekashi is basically snitching, and you have people that was walking around allowing for the government to tap their phones, but nobody's talking about that though. Nobody talking about that. Nobody care about that. Nobody cares about the guy that was allowing for the government to tap their phone before Tekashi even got in the mix. Nobody cares about that guy. There's tons of YouTube channels out there. I'm not saying these guys' names. Shotty wasn't a person, Mel Matrix wasn't a person, and Tekashi wasn't a person, and Kuda B wasn't a person. So whoever allowed for them to tap their phone, it was neither for those people. I'm going to explain why in a second. It basically tells you in the paperwork. Then it says that those were up for little more than a month. So we captured several of the defendants on the consensual wiretap, Title 3, not Mr. McKenzie. So if they captured them on the wiretap, right, and it was not Mr. McKenzie, that means that he wasn't the one that was the consensual wiretap guy. The fact that they mentioned that they had a wiretap on Mel Matrix's phone, and 9 times out of 10 they had to go to a court and get a court order to do that, then the consensual wiretap was not Mel Matrix. He's not involved in that. The fact, right? So right there, we could say that whoever was consensual was not Mel Matrix, and it was not Kuda B. Somebody else is snitching. It goes on to say, Mr. McKenzie was not captured on the Title 3. So whoever this was, Mr. McKenzie, also Kuda B, also wasn't in direct contact with this individual. So also, it says there was also a cooperator made in-person recordings of some of the defendants over a period of months, including Mr. Jordan, Mr. Hernandez, and others. So right there, that proves that whoever had the consensual wiretap also was not Shotty or Tekashi. So they had a person running around with their phone tap calling niggas. They had another person that was literally walking around taping people, physically in the room with them, taping people. And all we hear about is Tekashi all the time. Why are we always hearing about Tekashi's a snitch? Why we keep hearing about how much Tekashi is a snitch, and you literally have guys walking around with wires on them like it's a fucking movie? Why? But people only want to talk about Tekashi. All of them real gang niggas, everybody want to just absolve of any wrongdoing. It's okay. Y'all real gang dudes that was absolutely not supposed to snitch. It's okay that you snitched. It's not okay for the guy who was not a gang guy. It's not okay for him to snitch. You know, the regular guy who wasn't a gang guy and didn't take any oaths, it was definitely okay. It was not okay for him to snitch. But the rest of the people who snitched that took oaths, They can snitch all they want. I want to know why. I want to know why that is. I don't care. Right now, we're covering the Treyway case. Right now, we're covering the Treyway case. Right now, we're supposed to be trying to put out accurate information if that is your job. Your job isn't to find out. Your job isn't to figure out how to smear Tekashi. I'm not talking about the individuals that come to experience the content. I'm not talking about y'all. Just so we can be clear. If you want to hate Tekashi and you don't care if other people snitching, if you don't care about what going on, you just want Tekashi dead or whatever your thing is, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who create content, and it's our jobs to get information and then disseminate it to the masses. It's our job to get information and then give it to the masses. That's our job. Our job isn't trying to figure out how we're supposed to hang a dude. Our job isn't to figure out how we're supposed to get all the fingers pointed at one person. Our job is to get information and give it to y'all. That's our job. Our job isn't to try to convince you. Well, I don't know what other people are doing. Maybe that is their job. But my personal job is to try to get information and give it to you and allow for you to make your own decisions. Read the second part of the underline. The second part that's underlined. Read it. Read everything that's underlined. Why not? Read it. I hold it closer. Dude, a lot of these content creators are not even in New York City. I'm literally in New York City. What up, Shinji? Ain't seen you in a while. What are they fearing? They're not even in New York City. They off somewhere else. What are they fearing? I'm literally in New York City. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. I'm going to tell you what I believe the problem is. It could be laziness, but I'm going to tell you what I believe the problem is. The problem is this. There's a difference between peddling gossip and peddling news. There's a difference. There's a big difference. All right. So when we peddle gossip, often, whether you really pay attention or notice, when you peddling gossip, you're trying to get people to think a certain way. So you want people to agree with your position on whatever the gossip is. You have an agenda, exactly, right? Because you're picking up the story because you feel a way about the story, right? But when you're just disseminating information, giving out news, it's not that important what the news is or what the information is. You're like, okay, we got this information. I'm gonna get this to the public. Fine. A lot of these dudes were so busy wishing for Tekashi's downfall instead of documenting his downfall. There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Go check out all my Tekashi videos since, I guess you could just go check out the playlist. If I find a reason to say it, I'll say it. I've been documenting Tekashi and Treyway. Other people, they haven't been documenting Tekashi and Treyway. They've been documenting Tekashi's downfall. So 90% of their videos is skewed in a manner so it could be seen as in a negative connotation, even if it isn't. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to hate on Tekashi now. They can't talk real shit because they can't go back and just say, you know what, I fucked up. They can't be humble. They can't acknowledge being wrong. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging mistakes. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you don't know something, that you're not the best, that you're not the greatest. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but I'm not looking at that thing because that dude recorded himself in prison and somebody got him jammed up by putting it on the internet. So I don't really want to talk about it or go into it. Somebody got him jammed up. That was crazy because he's asking people to not get him jammed up. Appreciate it, Sean Denham. I'm not trying to mess you up, but I need a reason to actually say it instead of just spitting it out. But you could always cop some merch. Yo, where my admins at? There's no merch links in here. Is there a reason for that? Also, okay, this is what we're doing. I want to get some call-ins, right? But this is how we do call-ins. I'm not saying this is how we do questions. So please, there's going to be somebody that's going to change those words around and say that I'm saying something I'm not saying. I'm going to hit you right dead in your face with your bags. But this is how we do call-ins. I'll take some calls in like the next 20 minutes if anybody want to call in. This is the Cash App. You're going to send $5 or more to the Cash App. And then and your phone number. And then I'll call you. And you get to ask a question. That's how we're going to do that. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. So if anybody want to call in, you're going to send $5 or more to the Cash App. And then I'll call you. You got to send your number too, or obviously. Every time I do that, people send money to the Cash App, but they don't send no number. I would like to hear somebody's feedback on this. Anyway, why does everybody keep saying DJ Academic's name? Why do y'all think he has something to do with this? Do y'all even know why these guys are arrested? Do y'all even know why any of these guys are arrested? Do y'all know why these guys are arrested? Do y'all know why the case even started? Do you know why the FBI was after these guys? Do y'all even know? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just really sincerely curious. Does anybody even have the slightest idea why the FBI was after these guys? Yeah, they're at the point of no return. That's a fact, Mass Arms. Could somebody type in? Somebody could type it in, please. Could somebody say why they believe that the guy they? Because I don't think people understand why they was after these guys. Because for people to keep thinking that Tekashi has all of the snitching and that's the way they're gonna get everybody because Tekashi snitched. Y'all don't understand. Some of these dudes didn't even talk to Tekashi. Some of the dudes they after never even talked to the dude. They didn't mingle with him. And now y'all saying academics. So I want to know what the heck are y'all talking about? And academics absolutely do do Tekashi's involved in the case, so academics absolutely would cover this case. I think it's smart for him to not cover the case though, because he's too closely involved with an individual in the case. So he's gonna get criticized no matter what he say. So I think it's smart for him to not cover the case, except for when big things happen. That's just my opinion, though. I could be wrong. I don't think academics is even reporting on it. No, some people were saying academics wore a wire. What are you talking about? Some people was dragging him for it. I don't think he should report on this shit, to be honest with you. Unless it's like he's reporting somebody copped out, this and this and that. That's it. But I don't think he should. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think he should. Not gonna do that. Do y'all even know? That's what I'm trying to say. Do y'all even know why why the cops is after these guys? What kind of information you think academics is talking to the? This is it doesn't even make sense. Most of y'all don't know why these guys is even being chased after. So I'm pretty sure I know who wore the wire. So yep, this case absolutely has nothing to do with 6ix9ine. This is really nothing to do with 6ix9ine at all. He just got caught up in the mix. I doubt I'm gonna ever get a 6ix9ine interview, but shout out to you for supporting the idea. That's a fact. Shotty is not anybody they was after either. That's what I'm trying to explain. They wasn't even after these guys. They're after something totally different. I got a ton of paperwork that I have to go through from something else totally different, from somewhere else about something else. When I tell you, a lot of y'all is just y'all listening to people who don't know what's going on. A lot of these channels, there is no channel that I've seen talk negative about the content that I put out that has put out a video that has in any way good. I've seen a couple of other guys put out some decent videos. We don't know what the hell that is. Get that out of here. Get that nigga his bags. Shout out to Star, by the way. Shout out to Star. Always shout out to Star. Hold on. Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of Jordan Towers. I've seen him do quite a few good videos on this particular subject. And I've seen Real Talk Media do quite a few good videos on this particular subject. Who else? Can y'all please, admins, could y'all please kick these people with the crazy languages? Because I keep having to stop. I think those are the main two guys I've seen put out good content or unbiased and good information from the information that I have. Oh, they are fast. And good information from the information that I have. I could look at what they putting out and be like, they on point with it. You feel me? But the majority of people that I see cover this particular case, I don't think they're doing a good job. That's me. That's me. But shout out to y'all niggas. There's this one other dude that put out some pretty decent information. I don't know if I wanna. I haven't seen enough of his videos for me to shout him out though. What up, Filthy? I haven't seen enough of videos from the shout him out. We might have a short show today. I'm sorry about that, y'all, because I do need to. I need to work on some stuff, and I don't got all day to work on it. But I do need to work on some stuff. How the hell if I know if Fab is a rat? I don't even follow any of that shit. There's a couple of stories that I need to work on something, and hell, I know what's up with Sarah. Go ask her. She got an IG. There are a lot of dudes that do that. A lot of people put their video out after me. So, and then the ones that put the video out after me and shout me out, I respect them dudes. But the ones that put the video out after me and then try to bash me, like, how often have I been wrong? Like, what do you want me to do? Who, me? I'm not talking about anything I've heard about that woman. If that shit is in already public knowledge, I'm not discussing it. I do not have a hate boner for that. I have no kind of boner for her, but I don't got no kind of hate for that woman. I think some of y'all needs to. I think a lot of people don't hate her. It's her community. I think a lot of people don't hate her. I really think it's her community, but I don't want to talk about her. I think her community just forces you to just not be able to like her. I don't want to discuss that though. Let's look at some more paperwork real quick. Yeah, I don't like I don't know what's going on. Well, I don't know her business. That's what. Thank you, DJ Haya. And now you see why I don't be like a lot of these dudes be talking, and I'll be like, come on, you can't be serious. Now I want to discuss this right here. Hold on. I didn't put this in a video. I held this. Now, why in the Kuda B paperwork, I believe this is the Kuda B paperwork. I received it with all the other Kuda B's paperwork, right? Why in the Kuda B paperwork does it talk about when they got the guns out of this dude's crib? Now, this is what it says. I'm going to tell you what it says. It says, all right, they talking. It says, physical evidence that was recovered from a search warrant at Mr. Hernandez's apartment September 22nd, 7th, September 28th, which included an AR-15 pistol, as well as the proceeds from April 3rd robbery. Those proceeds was actually the Scumlord Dizzy stuff, I believe. He says, I believe that covers it, Your Honor. Why would that be mentioned in the Kuda B paperwork? Why would that be mentioned in Kuda B's paperwork? Why would that be mentioned right after they talked about the person that had the wiretap? That had the physical wiretap on them? Why would that be mentioned after they discuss the person who was physically walking around taping people? Now, yes, it can be seen as that's the gun that Kuda used. That can be seen. That's a fact. But also, they have the robbery on tape. They know everybody that was involved with the robbery. No. I'm not telling you. I'm just saying this is a topic of discussion, discussing it. Like how we got 270 people in here and 123 likes. That's crazy. But why would, right after they talk about the person that had the physical wire on them, the physical wire, right? They talked about the wiretap. They talk about the wiretap that they got from the government, right? Then after they talk about the wiretap that they got that they had a court order for, they talk about the wiretap that the person was consensual, right? Then after they talk about the consensual wiretap, they talk about the person who walked around with an actual recorder on them, right? And then right after that, they talk about how they went into the house and took the gun out of the house. You think the court is going to let you just go in the court and start talking in court and don't have the one thing correlate with another? You really think that that's how court works? That people just go in the court and just talk willy-nilly about anything and those things not have anything to do with one another? You don't think if you start going in the court and you start jumping back and forth from one thing or another, the judges are going to stop you and ask you questions? We just already determined Shotty didn't have a wire on him. It had to be somebody else. Because those things correlate with one another. Those things have something to do with the other. That's why. That's why it's one thing after another. They have the wiretap. This is people are going to say, why do I repeat myself? But believe me, I have to repeat myself. They have the wiretap that the government ordered, right? Then after they have the wiretap that the government ordered, they have the wiretap that the individual allowed for them to put on their phone, right? Then after they have the wiretap that the individual allowed to put on their phone, they have the person who walked around actually taping people and wore a wire, right? Then after they have the person that actually walked around and wore a wire, then they specifically talk about how they got a warrant to go into the house and what they found. No, I don't think the person who wore the wire is currently locked up. If 6ix9ine was wearing the wire, or if Shotty was wearing the wire, what the fuck is that? Oh, I know what that is. Had potato chips. I must have dropped some. If 6ix9ine was wearing the wire, or if Shotty was wearing the wire, they wouldn't fucking have their names right there saying they were recorded on the wire. And see, this is what I mean by common sense, and this is why I gotta repeat myself all the time. It's called common sense. I don't know where some of you went to school. I really don't. It's called common sense. I don't know if it's a comprehension skill thing or just a lack of just not being very smart. I don't know which one it is. Hold on. Let's call this person out for asking that stupid ass question. Jimmy Gunn says, who told you 6ix9ine didn't have a wire on? If you was the individual that wore the wire, they wouldn't then say that you were recorded on the wire. That would be a redundancy, dumbass. I'm ready to just kick him. He's dumb. Now you see what I'm saying? When people are just like, they say stuff and then you're like what the hell? Oh man, some Ashley person said answer their question. If I'm gonna scroll up and look at your question is stupid. You might get kicked. Tell me if you have one paperwork of Tekashi. Tell me if you have one pay. I don't even understand that question. That question don't make sense. You reread that question and figure out a way to ask it where it makes sense. That question don't even make sense. Hold on, listen to the question real quick. I'm not trying to drag this individual, but listen to this question. First, tell me if you have one paperwork of Tekashi. I don't even know what the fuck you asking. What are you asking? Frost, tell me if you have one paperwork of Tekashi. What are you asking? What up, Sydney? What up, Miss Holloway? I haven't. What up, Sydney Holloway? I ain't seen you in a long time. No, they are absolutely not paying attention to what I'm saying. Yes, I have 6ix9ine's paperwork. What are you talking about? I probably did 3 or 4 videos on 6ix9ine's paperwork. What are you talking about? I don't know. That didn't make no sense. First of all, if 6ix9ine wore wire, it would have said it in his fucking paperwork. It didn't. What are you talking about? Y'all people, I don't know what's wrong with y'all people. It would literally have said it in his paperwork that he wore a fucking wire. You don't think that his lawyers would want the judge to go easy on him? I don't care what he was signed. I'm not even talking to this Jimmy Guns guy. Just Jimmy Guns, you on such thin ice. You have no idea what kind of thin ice you are on. You're just making me repeat myself, and I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Yeah, I'm just going to hit him with his bags. I don't think I want you here no more. That's a fact. This is what I mean by people just absolutely ignore facts. They just 100% ignore any facts they see because they know their opinion is more important than facts. The opinion You know, that opinion, even though we have actual facts and common sense, that opinion. Why would they even thank you? Why would they even talk about the wires if Kuda B isn't on any of the wires? Kuda B isn't on any of the wires. Why would they even talk about the wires? Why would this even be brought up in Kuda B's paperwork? You know what this says? 9 times out of 10, that gun that was used was the gun Kuda B used, right? 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, that gun that was used was the gun that Kuda B used, right? What the hell you just put up there, B Pompa? 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, right? 9 times out of 10, the gun that was used, yeah, I removed them. 9 times out of 10, the gun that was used is the gun that they found. All right. So what a lot of people don't understand is they have to show how they got something. Like when you go to court, you can't just say, well, we found the gun. The court is going to say, well, how did you get the gun? Because you can't have gotten the gun through illegal means. You understand what I'm saying? You couldn't have gotten the gun through illegal means. So they need to know how you got the weapon. How did you find this weapon that you're attaching to Kuda B? How do you know that this has something to do with Kuda B? All of this, they need to know. So the first thing they do is they talk about the first wire. The first wire got them information that got them to the second wire. The second wire got them information that got them to the third wire. And the third wire got them information that got them to the gun. I mean, did I need to spell that out any more simply, or is that simple enough, or I don't understand it. You get it? You get it? Did you get it? Who's snitching? Who's snitching? Who's snitching? You think Kuda snitching? I don't think Kuda snitching. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying that I don't see anywhere yet where I would have read anything in anybody's paperwork about anything to think that Kuda was snitching. I just explained to y'all how they got to the gun. And if that's how they got to the gun, then that already means that somebody snitched on Kuda B before 6ix9ine snitched on Kuda B. So when they asked 6ix9ine about Kuda B, if 6ix9ine didn't keep it a stack and tell the truth, then 6ix9ine would be doing 47 years in jail. It don't even make sense for him to snitch on himself. That's retarded. You have to keep getting information to extend the time frame of the wiretaps. That's 100% true, Douglas. What up, Richella? How you doing this morning, baby girl? I give you my word, you were surprised in October. You will take over when you have to bring that real fact of Tekashi. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, Ashley. I don't know if you just speak a different language. Maybe English isn't, and this is not me being disrespectful. English might not be your native tongue. chain of custody on gun. How they got to the gun. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm just explaining to y'all. Why else would this even be in Kuda B's paperwork? So basically, this is literally saying that somebody snitched on Kuda B before Tekashi. I don't know if Kuda B is snitching. I'm not saying he's not. Somebody snitched on Kuda B before Tekashi. Says it right there. I mean, I think it's plain, blatant common sense. Nobody know Nuke to be a snitch. Stop that. Stop that. We ain't doing that. Why are you gonna put that out into the ether? We don't have no information on Nuke talking to nothing. You just randomly saying shit right now, Mr. Kenneth O'Leary. Kuda B is on no wiretaps. Why